Welcome back to EWC Central. Just like VP yesterday, the Twisted Mind players represented. They don't know their geography, but they know the point. Just win. That is exactly how both videos have played out. It is my absolute pleasure to once again reintroduce to the viewers of Central the Director of Esports for Team Vitality, Anna BANSCHBACH. Hello. Did I do a little bit better this time?
You did really well.
There we
go.
Thank you. There's no Americans next to us, so I didn't have to like dumb it down. You know what I mean? Because I definitely didn't get training or practice.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me once again, and I really appreciate you coming out in the heat and sitting down with us. One of the things that I wanted to really dive deeper into and talk about was the fact that we got the Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Your team is so heavily favored to win. It comes with lots of expectations and pressure. The fact that you're the Director of Esports as well, we didn't get to dive deeper into that. And Eric from FaZe gave such a glowing highlight. What I was hoping you could help me do is help maybe explain to some of our viewers, maybe some of the younger viewers that don't really know the business side of things. What exactly is your role? What are some of the day-to-day responsibilities that you look after?
Sure, I can do that. Well, thanks for having me back, first and foremost. Super exciting to be here. And yeah, I can definitely outline a little bit of what I do, because I know Director of Esports sounds so fancy, but you can't really imagine anything behind it. I think if you compare it to traditional sports, it's like a sports director. So at the end of the day, I take care of all of our teams. That means on the contractual side, on the performance side, on the player side, all of those things. Yeah, and today we're here with the MLBB team. You said it. It's a lot of pressure. They're the heavy favorites. Right now, we just qualified to the finals. I think it's the 25th attempt to win in a row without losing.
Correct. 999 days now undefeated in tournaments.
Yeah.
22 total trophies under your belt. I've been well trained. Somewhere hiding behind the cameras is my MLBB expert. It's not me. It's all come for them. Does that come with like a crazy amount of pressure? Just a moment ago, we're having a conversation, but we saw the semifinals. We saw Team Falcons being eliminated. What is that like for you? Because that's a hell of a record to live up to.
Oh, for sure. I think it's, on one hand, it's super exciting to have that, opportunity to have this good team. On the other hand, I think the semifinals that we just played was really a little bit the final before the final.
I think so too.
Yeah, because we know Team Falcons Vega are the second best team in the league by far. They did make us sweat, and you can tell that our girls are taking it very serious. They have been practicing until midnight every night. They're not slacking. They're not saying, oh, we're the best, we're not going to work.
You know what I love so much? What I love so much is not only are they stepping up, it's my job to create conversation. So I have been antagonizing my MLBB expert, Jays, because they dropped one game in group stages. Falcons went 4-0. So it creates drama and conversation. A 3-1 series, I'll actually ask you to pull your attention to the big screens, because we can take a look at some of the MLBB footage.
For sure.
How experienced are you with obviously playing the game, or knowledgeable do you have firsthand?
So I'm not very experienced with playing the game. I can play it a little bit very badly, and the girls are laughing at me when I do. So I understand the game because I have a League of Legends background. Of course, I understand it more.
Do you know what? You and I are speaking the same language.
There you go.
The pace of this game, not only just because it's so much quicker, but there are things that they can do on cell phones that blow my mind.
Yeah, and if you look closely, players like Vival, for example, if you see her in the player cam, she's not just using her thumbs, she's also using her her pointer index fingers. And like, I've tried this. Earlier, Danny and me were sitting backstage on their phones trying, and they were just laughing in our faces because I cannot even bend my finger at that angle. It's insane, and they're very precise and very quick on this. So they have four fingers on their phone just going. It's nuts.
Jace, is that claw grip? What's the name of that grip? Claw grip? So there's actually even terminology for it.
Yeah.
I know it from mouse, claw, and palm if you're holding a mouse.
I know that one, but I don't know. Yeah.
While we're watching this footage, Anna, it's got to bring you joy that you've already got now 600 points in the club championship, and there's a very real chance to get 1,000. That comes you from off of my graphic for 4 weeks. For the first time, I get to see the Vitality logo.
Yeah, and I know Eric is still.
He's not.
Can we talk about FaZe still being down there?
Hold on, Eric's not even here, mate. You're not making it onto my list. Sorry, FaZe down. Sorry, but more importantly, emotionally, when you see the yes. Can I comment on this? I love when players give a little bit of personality. It comes with respect, but you're performing for the crowd.
Exactly.
And the winner's interview straight up said, well, we've already beat one of the semifinals. We want the other one because we want to create a new story. I love that storyline for a team that has won so many trophies. They just want to be the best, undisputed in the world.
For real. I mean, not everybody knows this, but after our first game, when we you said it, we went 3
Yes,
and 3-1 and not 4-0. Vival actually cried after the game because she was so frustrated that we had lost, and it was a bit like she took it on herself because we lost some turtles, we had some unlucky Lord fights, and she really, as a jungler, like took that on herself, and she was like, that was just bad, we can't be this bad, we need to be better, we can't drop a game. And I was like, girl, you're good, like you're fine, like you
But
still
that
made
drive.
it. Exactly, and they're so hungry about this. And I think true to the Vitality brand, Chell and Chinny are like on stage, and even Vivian were playing a little bit with the crowd, because obviously it was heavily Falcon's favorite here, right? Like they were chanting, they were booing them when they walked on stage, and so they booed right back. They were sitting and they were just booing right back. Chinny came off stage and she goes, my throat hurts because I booed back. And I was like, okay, the shade.
Do you know what I love so much about that? It is something that if you are fortunate enough to go to live esports events, if you're fortunate enough to go to live sports events, that type of environment, that type of home and away, local team versus traveling team, it either fuels players or teams, or it acts as that sixth player, the sixth opponent. And it very much sounds like your girls are stepping up, going, sit down, shut up, we are here to pick up this trophy.
Yeah. I mean, this is their first out of SEA event, but it's not their first big stage. So they're very aware of what it is like to be in front of the crowd. I think it's super cool that they got to face an Indonesian team, but here, and they obviously, the teams have massive respect for each other. They know each other. I think for Fumi specifically, it was a big win because that was her old team, right? So winning that, she was the one that did the key crushing. She stood there and she was like,
I love this so much. Okay, I want to come back to specifically talking about, let's say, the Women's Invitational, as well as the fact that you are in a very senior role in a traditionally male-dominated company. Before we do, I want to show you the graphic. Last time we were here, I didn't get to put your name on it. Club Championship update. Can I please bring this up on screen? Only because it brings me so much happiness to see an organization that I've been next to for such a long time. Already 660, and this is on the unexpected, impossible scenario, I shouldn't have said that word, that you play second MLBB. With a win, you go up to 1060, will overtake Game of Gladiators in fourth, and you get that trophy to your name. That has to happen later today, surely.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
We're here for it. I mean, it's esports, you never know, and the other teams are still strong, but our girls, they're here, they're hungry. They're not even going back to the hotel right now to do lunch. No, they're here, they're having catering boxes to practice in between. Yeah, they're not slacking.
I'll do this for any Vitality fans out there, for anybody who has enjoyed the MLBB Women's Invitational. Let's take a look at the key being crushed. And I'm not sure if you've seen the footage yet, maybe not on air, but this is the moment you mentioned.
Yeah, look at her drive.
That
Fumi
is a
having
celebratory smile. Are you hiding somewhere in the back by any chance?
I'm in the back.
Oh, fantastic. I love that so much. You don't get to see this angle, though, when you're in the venue, right?
No, exactly. You see from the other side. Look at her smile. Look at her. She's here for it.
Oh, do you know what, though? That smile has turned to a little bit of shock because it's still celebratory, don't get me wrong. But seeing the hopes and dreams of your opponents crushed, it is fantastic.
For sure.
Oh, that is an amazing shot. Well done to the production team. Just one or two questions here. I mentioned a moment ago, this is the only female tournament happening here at the Esports World Cup, Women's Invitational. It is for a handheld MOBA. Now, coming from the West, coming from Central Europe, it's kind of wild to see the scope and the scale. I know you see it on a daily basis, but I'm very certain that your Counter-Strike and your League of Legends fans have no idea about, limited idea about how big this is. So what is it like? And then adding on the woman and, non-binary side of it as well.
For sure. I mean, Vitality's a bit familiar with mobile games because we have our India side that had mobile games. But yeah, personally, I didn't really cross paths with that level of professionalism on female mobile gaming in general. This is also my first event with a big stage for mobile gaming in general, female or male. So super, super cool. We've had people text us throughout the whole thing being super excited about everything. And it also has its perks, like when PC players have to come in, they rock up, they do their setup, everything takes forever, they have to warm up. The girls, they rock in with their phones, they're like, we're warming up in the team room, and they're just going. And that's super cool.
This is my fourth week on the show. I actually haven't put two and two together around the setup time. Screen measurements, seat measurements. Yeah, you just sit down, put your hands in front of a little fan, and you're good to go.
Yep, exactly. They have their little chalk, they have their hand warmers, and they're done. It's really easy, and they will backstage be playing before, the tech crew will be like, guys, you have to go stage, and you'd be like, wait a second. And
The
they're
one
just
thing that
finishing.
I have learned, and I will not say names, so please don't panic, but many of my colleagues, many of my peers, in between their respective duties and once they finish the show here on the shuttle back, are playing a number of the titles that are being played here. And my guests are all smiling behind the cameras right now because they've showed me the friends list of when people are online. You know who you are when they're playing. It surprised me. I've never been a mobile gamer. It has blown away. Okay, 2 last questions. First of all, the scope and the scale of EWC. I love that you said seeing a big stage for mobile. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And not only just a single mobile game, multiple games across multiple genres, next to the heaviest of heavy communities and PC and console titles. It has to be exciting for a club, representative.
100%, and I think it just shows how serious mobile gaming can be, and that because we in Europe, sure, we are so PC focused, but there are other areas in the world where mobile is just vastly superior.
Yes.
And I think it's great to show and to make people understand that you can be just as entertaining with it. And the level of competition is no different, it's no worse. Those girls work just as hard as any other team, if not harder, to be fair.
I've played Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and I cannot even imagine doing what they can do. I can watch League of Legends and go, look, I can maybe get platinum. Like, I think it's not going to happen in MLB. I just can't.
Yeah.
My old hand's not there.
No, they're fast, and I don't know, they're able to flicker in between like screens and go back and forth, and I'm like, how do you do that on a little teeny tiny screen? I can't even see it.
It's so exciting. Obviously, Vitality are in the finals of Mobile Legends Bang Bang for the Women's Invitational. Anna, I love talking to you. Two things of you. What are you doing for the next few days? How long are you going to be around? And send a message to all of Vitality fans, and then I'm going to let you get back to real air conditioning.
Sure. I mean, I'm only here sadly until tonight because I've been here for 2 weeks. So someone else from Vitality's taken over. So I'm here to watch the girls win, lift the trophy, and then I'm going back because my Counter-Strike team is going to Cologne. So I'm going to be with them there,
You know what? It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, right?
Someone's got to.
EWC to the cathedral itself. There are words I will say to you when we're off camera.
Terrible, terrible. No, so exactly. So I've been here for 2 weeks. It's been super, super cool to be here. And then let's see if we're back for the end. But yeah, we have some other people stepping in for Vitality. And then, yeah, for all the Vitality fans, I want to say...
Talk to number 1. There we go.
To number 1.
That's it.
Hi, number 1. No, thank you so much for tuning in. We're super excited. I do hope that you enjoy Mobile Legends. I know that it's new for everyone here, but as you can see, the girls are badass and they're not going to stop.
They are not. I'm going to put you on the spot. One last question.
Sure.
How many games in the final will Vitality lose?
None.
4-0, that's the prediction. That is what we're getting from Anna herself. Thank you again so much.
Thank you for being here.
Huge congratulations. Yeah. Welcome to the top 10. Eric, come on, get good, bro.
Yeah.
We are going to go to a break. When we do come back, we're going to do the Women's Invitational recap, and Mac will teach us about another Overwatch hero in case you don't know. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.